fiber mail. I got fiber mail from Alpacabilities. Fun fact, they are the Etsy merchant that I purchased my blending board from way back in 2015. And it's been a couple days since I got the package you seen me with at the beginning of the video. And also another one arrived. So I'm gonna get into those. So this first package that was in the bag, but it's actually in the box, okay, is from Alpacabilities, also known by their Etsy name of Slim Chicken. And this is gonna make up the majority of my cool blending project. The one that I mentioned in the comment for Sadie's Spin Crafts video, where I wanted to eventually spin from the fold, but I gotta create it first. I gotta create and blend the fiber together. So we're starting with 1 ounce of blue black merino wool. And yes, the neighbors are mowing because this is like one of the nice sunny spots in my area at the moment. So hopefully you can deal with that, but it might not even be picking up. There is this lovely, lovely black wool right there. So that's 1 ounce. Let's stuff you back in there. The next one was a sale, 1 ounce of magenta. Now this actually looks to be reading properly in its color on my phone screen. And I wonder, yeah, it's like right in between with these two colors here. And this is the awesome wrap that I made. And I will get into that in just a second. Also really sparkly, you can see it. But to go with these two bases that'll be together, I have picked up more holographic Angelina. And yeah, it's a bit bright out in this sun, so I'm gonna fix that. And then I wanted to get some more of the Blaze Forest, I think, or whatever it was, but I couldn't remember, so I actually decided on this Hunter Green, and it's just a straight green, but oh, that is lovely. And so sparkly on the sunlight. And then finally, more Firestar. Now I kind of have a love-hate with Firestar, but I think that's my fault, as I've mentioned before, when I added a lot of the Firestar to those scrappy Rolags. I think that was way too much Firestar because I was trying to like use them all up and stuff. Less is more in that aspect, but unless you're using this, more is more, maybe. So these 5 are working together. But then I was also waiting on the package from Crystal Creek Fibers. And what I ordered is 1 ounce of, it is to be superwash merino. Look at it. It is, yeah, white merino superwash top. I actually picked up 4 ounces. So I'm gonna split that in half. And 1 and 2 ounces is going to go for a dye project that I wanna see if I can't replicate these colors I used in some yarn from long ago. And then the other 2, I'll divide into 1 ounce sections, because 1 is gonna be like a solid, probably a black gray charcoal going on. And the other, I'm not completely certain how I'm going to dye those just yet, but I got 4 ounces and it's superwash. So that's gonna be fun because dye does not want to spread nearly as far when it's superwash. and that's really cool. But that's not all. So what caught my attention, Etsy was like, hey, you might like this. This is 0.5 ounces, half an ounce of a variety of custom blended Angelina in all sorts of colors. Ooh, and this is just your standard Ziploc. And then the one thing I also ordered is, this is a full ounce. This is the most Angelina of any color that I've bought all at once. This here is Gold Iris Angelina. Yes, that is a full sandwich bag. And it is just very, very sparkly. It's hard to see, I understand. But I'm going to add some of this into the project I got. It's gonna go a little bit with this. And when I dye it in that fiber I just showed you here, it's gonna go with that. And this is just gonna be fun because it's all sorts of colors mixed together. This is gonna be awesome. Got all sparkle. So that's my fiber haul. I am waiting on one more package because it was like a spur of the moment thing. I think the algorithm of Etsy saw me drop this in my cart and then take it out because I wasn't sure. I didn't want to spend too much money. And then I was generously given a discount. So I was like, hey, why not? It's a set of fluorescent Firestar in these colors actually. So that's going to be pretty fun to work with because, as you know from my previous videos, I have determined that I only have 2 dyes that fluoresce. If I wanted to get that effect with any sort of fiber, I would have had to buy the other 3 dyes, or do what I just did, is purchased it pre-dyed. So I'm going to wait on those, and that's going to be awesome. That's coming from Fiber Diet, and I'll show that off when I get to use it and whatnot. So this is the sparkly neon wrap thing I made. Now, the size of needles that I used with this one are size 15. It is double knit, so it's 2 of the basic strands held together. But also with this top part is I had this really thin purple sparkly yarn from long ago, and I would love for this to come back. Heck, I would love for a lot of stuff to be just created. We need more sparkly sequin yarn on the market, I think. But that's a topic for another day. So anyway, this is 2 strands of basically red heart acrylic, like the size 14, held double. I use size 15 needles, and that's the 10 millimeter, I do believe. And this top part, I casted on 68 stitches. I was thinking my gauge was a bit tighter because I was trying to go for 72, and I got lucky on the cast on the long tail cast on type of deal, and so I made it to 68, and I figured it would be, I'm sorry, I just got distracted by a hummingbird. Anyway, I casted on 68 stitches, and I did a 1x1 rib for a couple rounds until I decided that I thought they were long enough rounds. It's probably maybe 5 or 6 rows. If you do this yourself, it can be whatever, however many. Like, as you can see, this is where it edges the, this is where it hangs. So you might actually choose to do less than 68. Maybe go for 60, maybe go for like in the 50s or something. That'd be kind of cool. That's probably what I would do with this style yarn and with the same needles in the future, because it does hang like right at my shoulders perfectly, but I could stand for it to be a little bit tighter up on the neckline. So anyway, after I decided that there was enough ribbing in the stitches to go for this, I took that number 68 and divided it into 6. It doesn't divide quite evenly, so there are 6 sections. Basically, every other round, I increased it 6 times. So every other round, it increases by 6 stitches. And I just used a basic like knit into the back loop deal. It can be whatever increase you would prefer to use, because you can kind of tell, and I was just wanting to make something cool. So being precise on how I did the increases was not my priority. But anyway, so I divided the stitches up into 6 portions as even as I could. 4 of them had like 11 stitches to start with. The other 2 have 12. I kind of divided it up. That was just something I did. Can't tell in the final product. It just looks like it's been increased 6 times. And so it goes out to about here when it's all said and done, because I knitted until I ran out of this part is black with a black metallic run through it. So it doesn't really sparkle by itself. That's why I had the purple sparkly paillette yarn to add in and everything. So I used the rest of what I had up, because it's kind of what I want to do, is use up the yarn that I have. This is why I'm doing this. And then from there, I started with the black section down, because obviously gradient and it looks neat. And I was just worrying kind of the whole way that I might not have enough yarn, but I was just gonna go with the process. And would you look at this? It literally goes down past my elbow is right here. So yes, this was the one full large jumbo, like the $7, $8 ball of Super Saver that you might see, say at Walmart or Michael's or Joann's or Hobby Lobby. And that is what I used. That was the whole thing. And if you decide to replicate this and you don't want to go with the black, I would definitely recommend getting 2 of them and joining how you see me do in the previous videos of joining it. What I don't think I'll do again is that Russian join method, because it was worth it, but I think it took too long. And in my case, I can see where what I need to do is go back and trim some of the joins off of here, because you can kind of see it, and I'm like a little bit perfectionist when it comes to that. But any sort of join method that works for you, that you prefer, go with that one. Because even if you decide to do something where you don't hold the yarn double and just customize your measurements and the gauge for how you want, I mean, this is the effect. Like, this is why I did this, because this is one full skein, one full thing of that jumbo bright stripes. And it looks awesome, man. Like, look. At this moment, I want to thank you all for being awesome viewers, subscribers, likers, and commenters. And I keep forgetting. So if you like the video, you can like it, drop a comment in the comment section. If you think I've brought you quality content that you enjoy, consider hitting that subscribe button, whichever where it may be. It could be anywhere. I have a link in my description to, I created a coffee, which is basically like a tip jar, a virtual tip jar. And if you actually want to get something that supports me, I do have a Redbubble store. Currently, I got a few yarn themed designs that people love to buy as stickers, but if you want coffee mugs, for instance, or pillows, or coasters, or anything else that Redbubble provides that I have placed designs on, or if you see a design that you don't see on a product that you might like, let me know. and I can fix that for you. And I'm also posting the written version of what I described with this rainbow shawl in the description. So if you want it written down, go check it out down there. And as always, go make something sparkle, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care, y'all.